again everyone, how are we all? It's Hayley here at Raising Blooms. I hope you have had a wonderful week. Welcome if you are new to my channel. I vlog here in North Kent in the UK, all about my garden, my allotment and some homely bits as well. This week, well last week we were away camping with friends and it has been tremendously hot. We have had a heat wave, big time for us. It's been really hot. We did have some freaky storm while we were away. We were staying in these little wooden pods and of course they get sweltering hot in the day, but during the middle of the night we had a crazy storm, thunder, lightning. I mean, I quite liked it, it was cozy, but it definitely kept a lot of us awake. So yeah, if you're from the UK, a lot of you may have all experienced that storm as well. And the first thing I done when I returned back from the camping trip was come and check on the garden. How did things fare from that storm? Of course, my hydrangea hedge at the front of the house did get completely battered, really battered. It was all drooping down and just looking sorry for itself. And some of my wisteria had fallen down a bit as well. So we did spend a bit of time that afternoon staking and trying to reattach some of the damaged plants. Some of the hydrangea stems did snap as well, which I was gutted about. But another thing I'd done was take a little walk around the garden and see what I'd missed, what had bloomed while I was gone. We were only away for 3 nights, but of course my granddad's rose, the peach rose, had bloomed. I knew it was going to. I could see it was ready to bloom just before we went away. And there it was, a beautiful bloom that was past its best by the time I got to see it. But there are some other buds waiting for me, so not all is not lost. All is not lost. The garden is looking lovely. The grass does need a cut, but I broke the handle on the lawnmower, so I need to order a new one of those. But yeah, today I took a little walk around the range and had a look at what they had in stock in their garden centre, which was, yeah, actually I was really surprised. I've never actually looked in the range garden centre before, so I was very surprised. They had a nice selection of plants. Not all of them were looking the healthiest, but I guess, you know, in this weather it's to be expected. The plants it's by Homebase, so if you know Homebase, are they even around anymore, Homebase? Are they like Wilco? Have they gone? But anyway, they've merged or whatever. The garden centre there is like a Homebase garden centre. So I had a look around there. I've taken some footage for you. I am going to collect some chicken poo for my friend today and some woodchip because I want to fill up a couple of the beds down at the new allotment to create some pumpkin patches, which I'm very excited about. I might add a little bit of footage, well not footage, I've got some nice photos from our camping trip. And yeah, stick around with me today and I will show you some bits and bobs that are in the range and come and help me create my pumpkin patch and plant those in because they really need to come out of their pots now. So here we are. I've never been to this range before, so I'm excited. Just as we walk in, there's lots of bedding plants by the door. These are £2.99 and 3 for £8. Homebase garden centre, lots of seeds, and as we approach outside we are met with some pelargoniums and some other pretty plants. These are £6.99, which I think is a great price. Beautiful colour. I think these white plants are so pretty, but I don't know the name of them. Someone enlighten me please if you know. They're gorgeous. I couldn't see the name tag. Here we have the pink kisses, the little carnations that I bought last week myself. They're £7.99 in here for quite a good size. A lovely selection of hydrangeas here. These ones are lace caps, beautiful colours, and they are £12.99 each. Here we are now over at a huge table of lavender. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we have the English lavender here and the French lavender. They're £12.99 each or 2 for £22. And yes, they all look very healthy actually. Who doesn't love lavender? These ones are slightly smaller at $2.99, and that is a steal. More bedding plants here, some beautiful petunias. These are all $3.99 each, or 3 for £10. I do like those yellow ones at the back. How pretty are those? Some nice sized terracotta pots here, and those are $5.99 each, which is good. That's a good price for terracotta pots. Here we have some salvia. They really did have a good selection of salvia actually. So many colours and almost all the varieties, I think. They were $7.99 each for these ones. Here we have some Salvia Amistad, or Friendship Sage, you may know it as. These ones are also $7.99. Some pretty Coreopsis here, also $7.99. Quite a few bits over in the reduced section. It looks as though a lot of them are those osteopernum, I can't ever say that. You know what I mean, right? Lots of those here, and yeah, really good reduction. I have to say I have been really pleasantly surprised with the plant selection. We have over here some beautiful hibiscus, and I honestly didn't know how many colours this plant comes in, to be honest. I have the blue one at home, but if you have been watching my channel, you know it hasn't flowered for me because I think it's in too much of a shady position. So do make sure you plant them where they will be happy. But yeah, lovely selection of hibiscus here. So the smaller ones were $14.99, and then there are some larger ones here that are $29.99. There were quite a selection of rose bushes as well, and the colours I noticed were pink, white and red. Aren't these little flowers pretty? They're celosia, and they look like they're made from velvet, honestly. These were $3.99. And they had them in the red colour and yellow. I think they're very pretty, very unusual. Not something I've grown before. And then, oh goodness, look at these candy pink, pretty little flowers here. I think they're called a Calibaracua, but you can call them petunia, I guess. I think they're from the same family. These are petunias, and just look at the colour of those. Wow, so pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I do like those petunias. 2 for £12 or $6.99 each. I don't actually grow petunias that are the stripy varieties, but I should add some. This Buddha here is $14.99. Lots of ornaments. And look at this tree of hanging baskets here, full of petunias. Lovely. 2 for £12, $6.99 each, which I think is really good actually. I spent all that time doing that hanging basket out the front, and I could have just picked up a couple of these really, couldn't I? And just put them all in one. So pretty, so healthy looking, lovely variety of colours, and a great price. I can't deny it though, this is probably one of my favourite colour petunias. Look at them, so bright, they just pop, don't they? The one thing about petunias, they do come in so many colours, all the colours of the rainbow. We have some lupins here in the reduced section, now £5. Looking a little bit tired, but of course they will come back next year, so you can grab yourself a bargain. Over now at the climbers, and we have these lovely clematis here. They had quite a selection of these too, and they were $13.99 or 2 for $25. Lots of different colours. Here we have the passion flower, so pretty, so pretty. $17.99. And of course, lots of other climbers here too. deadheading plants here. £3, £4, £8, I believe. Yep, or £2.99 each. And yeah, I think there was quite a good variety. I really like this. Some kind of succulent. There seems to be more of those flowers that I like here. So 2 for £12, all different colours. The one that I saw to begin with said it was colour changing, which was interesting. But yeah, big variety. Just look at those stripy petunias. Lovely, and great for the football at the moment too. More rose bushes here. These ones were $39.99, which, no, I guess it's a fair price for the size of the plant. Here are some more of the salvia selections. These were $6.99. I picked up a couple of these myself. They were just labelled as salvia mix, so I think it's a bit hit and miss which colour you're going to get. Some campanulas here and rudbeckia. More salvia. These ones are lovely. Aren't they so pretty? $7.99, 2 for $14. Over now at the heucheras. There was actually quite a few. These are $8.99. All look healthy. Variety of colours. Oh, look at this. Butterfly candy little pink buddleia. So cute. And then this clump of alliums here. I thought that looked beautiful. And look, little plugs of lavender. A great price there, $2.99. They have it in the white as well. Some lovely geums here, 2 for £10 or $5.99 each. And some scabiosa here, the same price. I thought this nepeta is quite unusual. It's not like the one that I grow at home with the variegated leaves. Yeah, I've not seen that one before. Over now at the olive trees. They seem to be in 3 different sizes. The smaller ones were $24.99 and the largest being £99. And I actually thought that was really reasonable because I know olive trees can be so expensive, can't they? And the big ones do look large. There was some reduced climbing roses here, £14. And of course, look, some snapdragons, antirrhinums, 2 for £14. And look at that beautiful colour. And the yellow, so cheerful. These look pretty, red shades for $7.99. Some more celosia here for $3.99 or 3 for £10. I really do like the rich colours of these. So beautiful. And the pink as well. Can't tell which one's my favourite. You can see what I mean, can't you, when I say that there was such a large variety of plants here. And it's not a huge garden centre. They've packed so many bits inside it though. Look at the gorgeous colour of those. Love them. Couldn't find the price. Oh, could I? $6.99, 2 for $12. Beautiful. Coming over to the herb section now. These were $3.99, but there were quite a few in the reduced section, like here. So, yeah, have a rummage and you'll get yourself a deal. More of those plants that I can't say the name of, but look at the beautiful selection of colours. I also can't seem to keep them alive either because I only bought some a couple of weeks ago and they literally died within days of being in the pot, so not good. But I will say I didn't buy them from here. I bought them from my local garden centre. Some lovely water features here if you're after something relaxing in the garden. And a few of these bits were on sale. Quirky little planters here. I thought the strawberry planter was quite cute. I don't necessarily know whether I would buy it, but it is cute. It did make me smile. We have some peonies here for $19.99 and a nice selection of colours. Coming over now to some pretty little alpine plants. These were $3.99 or 3 for £10. Quite a large selection of ferns. Something else I don't seem to be able to keep alive. In my own garden, these were $7.99. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to do it, but I see them thriving in woodlands, you know, uncared for. I try to nurture them in my own garden and they don't stay alive. This is a beautiful buddleia here, a white one. Here is a rather large trachea here. It was $79.99 or 2 for 120. Coming over to the composts now, I thought that they were all quite reasonable. 3 for £15, 2 for 19, plenty of peat free. Yeah, big selection. Big selection of composts and topsoil. And I'm fairly certain I saw some landscape bark as well. All done at the range, and now I'm showing you my lovely hydrangea at the front of my house that I've now had to put some bamboo canes in to support it after the storm. And just taking a moment to admire my hollyhock. Here are my pumpkins waiting patiently in their pots in the garden, but not looking too happy. They are so ready to go into their permanent home. This is the pretty drive to my friend's house, who has lots of chickens, so I'm going to collect some chicken manure.
You already did?
She also has a huge pile of woodchip on her drive, which she is happy for me to take as much as I like of, so I'm pretty sure I will be doing a few trips.
I'm collecting. No, Sam.
So I'm just over at the allotment and bought some things from home, including some oxygenating plants from my pond to put in my little pond here, and a marginal plant, as I've got 2 of them in my pond at home. All my pumpkins that need to go out into those beds, which I will top up with some chicken manure and some wood chip and some compost. Hopefully that'll be enough for me to put my pumpkins into, and I'm going to give it a quick trim I think as well, but it is an absolute scorcher today. It's not one to do, lots of work here really, so that is just the plan. Just a few little jobs today in this heat. I'm going to take these over to the pond. Yeah, it could really do with some oxygenators and a marginal. I've only got a few for now, but I will buy some more. Stick those in. Like so. And let's put this somewhere. That needs the dragonfly flying around too, which is good. Oh, I'll fix that. There you go, that's nice and supported and upright now. Hopefully the pond will be a little bit happier, and so will any wildlife. But yeah, still some work to do, to be honest, but something for now. I had some twigs and sticks weighting this bed down, so rather than get rid of them, I will chop them up small. I forgot my big loppers, but this will all, I know it will take some time, but it will just break down eventually, and it will just be at the bottom of the nosy bed, and it helps to bulk it out. It's all organic material, so it's all good stuff really. Trying to use as much of this as possible will just save money on compost. That's the idea anyway, to bulk out the beds. My loppers would have made this much easier. I'm really not wearing the right footwear for the job today. Some little plums have fallen off the tree as well, so I'll just add all that. That's extra goodness. Hopefully I won't grow plum trees there though. I don't know if it's concerning that they are all falling off early, but anywho. I'm just here uncovering my bags of wood chip and chicken poo. I put this here overnight to try to protect them from foxes. My bags of wood chip. And chicken poo. Now you may know I'm not usually one for wearing gloves, but Yeah, this one is a gloves on job. I was laughing to myself as I was unearthing some treasures here. That's the smelly job done, and now I'm just about to unpack my wood chip bags to go on top of this. I'm hoping with the wood chip and then the compost as the final layer, well, I'm hoping that the smell won't attract the foxes too much, to be honest. I don't really need them to come digging through my pumpkin patch, so fingers crossed. I felt quite proud of myself lugging these 75-litre compost sacks off the shelf and into my car, all three of them on this boiling hot day. But clearly as I put them into the boot, I did split some of the bags, so there's a little bit of a mess in the car. do the same with this bed. I'll get rid of the larger and just break up the smaller ones. I'll put my jack-o'-lanterns in here. This one. Here are my jack-o'-lanterns. Hopefully they'll be happy there. Hopefully there won't be another storm and it just makes all the mud and everything collapse down the sides. That would be a disaster, but I guess everything is an experiment. Now in this bed I've got 3 cheeky curries and a courgette. So here's a courgette. catch number 2 with a sneaky courgette in there. These ones are my cheeky curries. There we go, the first 2 no dig beds on the plot. Like I said, I will try to give them some wooden boundaries at some point, but just in a little bit of a rush to get those pumpkins in. I really wasn't feeling this, but I did need to give it all a bit of a strim. I was boiling hot, but needs must, you know. If I don't keep on top of it, then it's just going to end up being a jungle. So little and often. That's probably going to be my mantra for this plot. Giving them a bit of a drink, and what I didn't catch on video was I also shot the hose into the air and stood under it for a little while, which was quite nice. But this is as far as the hose reaches, so that's all I can do. But I think they look happy and well watered. Here is my reward for a long, hot, tiring day. Yes, please. It didn't stop there though, because I then went into the garden to do some deadheading. Like I say, I've been away, so it's been a few days since I've managed to catch up on the garden. So guys, do remember, keep on top of that deadheading. Look at these oxeye daisies. I'm not sure if these are too far gone to flower again once I've deadheaded them, but we shall see. As much as I love oxeye daisies, they do begin to look a bit straggly and messy, don't they, after a while? Anybody else find that, or is it just me? And when you see these little seed pods on your sweet peas, that's bad news, guys. Chop them off as soon as you see them. Otherwise, the plant will stop producing those sweet, pretty, fragrant blooms that we all know and love and want to last as long as possible. Also, make sure you keep chopping those pretty blooms as well, because the more you cut, the more they bloom, and then you have a pretty little bouquet like this to show for it, often. We also spotted this little crab spider about to have his lunch. I thought I'd close the vlog just by sharing a few little photos of our time away camping last week. It was so much fun. And as usual, guys, if you are still here and watching till the end, I really appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and you'll get notified when I upload my next video. And take care. I'll see you in the next one.